All right, gents, had a bit of a break, but I'm back to bring you yet again another operator. You're probably saying to yourself, you've already covered operators. You covered the TRP, you covered the MC operator, why another one? Well, I'm quite freaking fond of them. And this one is a very, very special one. It is unique, it is difficult to find, and it's just an awesome firearm to me. So I'm going to talk about it. What you see in front of you is what's known as a 10-8 operator. So 10-8, if you don't know, traces back to an individual named Hilton Yem, and what he's most known for is his experience within the FBI. I can't quite say how many years he's been in, but it was a long time. And while he was in the FBI, he grew quite fond of the 1911 platform. Fast forward to the early 2000s, and he was working alongside Springfield Armory to bring what you see here in front of you. I'm just going to read straight from a post that I found that he posted about. There's a lot of questions, a lot of confusion on what this platform really is. Is it a custom gun? Is it not a custom gun? Is it, just off the floor? Is it TRP? Is it an MC operator just spruced up? Like, what is going on here? So Hilton Yam explained this. I'm going to read it verbatim. The 10-8 gun starts with a hand-matched TRP slide and frame and are then built by the smiths at the custom shop. The hand matching allows for good slide-to-frame fit, short of using oversized parts that are machined and hand-fit like the professional. They are not TRPs that get worked over. They are built from scratch. It is not correct to state that they are just a TRP or just an MC operator with some parts on it, as neither the MC operator nor the TRP are built in the custom shop. By similar way of comparison, any custom 1911 would simply be called just a Colt or a Springfield with some parts on it. The 10-8 uses standard TRP one-piece barrel, while the Professional has a hand-fit Nolan match barrel. The 10-8 is finished in Armory coat and the Pro in black tee. The magwell treatment is the same on both the 10-8 and the Pro. A blank Springfield Armory mainspring housing is machine checkered, fitted to the gun, and drilled for the mainspring housing. The 10-8 features a custom lanyard loop mod. A stock Springfield Armory that you buy from Brownells has cast checkering that is not very sharp or clean. A stock TRP has a two-piece magwell, and a Marine Corps operator does not have a magwell. The overall build quality of the 10-8 versus the Pro is quite similar. I have owned, used, and had a very large number of professional models pass through my hands, and I also personally inspect each and every 10-8 model that ships out to our customers. I've also worked and owned numerous MC operators and TRP models. I find the 10-8 operators compare more directly with the Professional than the TRP and MC operator. I stand behind the build quality of each of these guns, and if I didn't feel that they were truly excellent, I wouldn't be doing these limited runs. So that's a post that he put out there in regards to the 10-8. So from what he was saying, you can tell it's not a full custom gun, but it's not a off-the-shelf production gun either. It's kind of in the middle of it, where you have a hand-fit barrel, hand-fit slide to frame. I can tell you now, when I compare it to my MC operator, it's definitely tighter, and the tolerances feel just better. And it's extremely accurate, insanely accurate. When he talks about the run, so this gun was released in limited runs. It spanned from the year 2007 being the first year that it came out, and then 2012 being the last year. Now, they didn't come out in just, a standard production line and pushed out. They came out in small batches at a time. So when he would release these, he would send off 15 for the first run of 2007. And then the later half of that year would be 20. When these started to pick up speed, these releases, these runs would sell out in literally minutes. There are recordings of this gun coming out and selling out in 6 minutes or selling out in, 20 minutes. It was a highly desirable gun at the time, and in my opinion, if you know about this firearm, it's highly desirable now. What makes it really unique is the fact that, 10-8 being the company, they only made 108 of these. That's it. That's all there are. No more, no less. There's 108. And like I said, they're really difficult to find. I did not think that I would stumble across one ever, but to my surprise, there's one that popped up, and I saw it, and I had to have it right away. Didn't matter the price. And luckily, the price, it wasn't bad. It was very, very reasonable. When these were first released, they were $2,249 with $75 shipping. Right, so going over the actual gun. I'm just going to go off of the list that's out there that Hilton Yam put out as far as what all comes with this firearm and how it differs from the regular operator run. So it's got a shortened dust cover. It's got front cocking serrations on the slide and on the rear as well. It's got a one-piece stainless steel barrel. It's got a standard GI spec guide rod and plug. So here in the front, nothing crazy about that. 20 LPI on the front, which I absolutely love. It's rough, but it's awesome. 20 LPI on the back as well. It's got a Springfield Armory Swenson. It's either Swenson or Swanson style ambi safety on the side here. All right, nothing special about that. That's just like the production runs. It's got a flathead grip screw with match cock lock. So what's cool about these grip screws is that they're actually deeper because they're made more rounded than regular grip screws. And that's made so that you can take a casing, right, and it fits right in there, nice and deep, and you can unscrew and screw those in. Whereas if you look at the screws that come on a regular operator, right, they're more flat. In theory, right, it should still work, but it's really difficult to get that bite in there. So that was something that Hilton Yam thought was pretty cool, and he added to his 10-8 series, and I think that's really unique, really awesome. It's got a machine tooled steel sear with a 4 to 4.5 trigger job, right? So you got the wall here, right? And then barely anything, and the gun's off. Get that release. I mean, this trigger job, definitely on par with some semi-custom guns out there. Really, really nice. Of course, looking at the gun, you've got the flat trigger here with some serrations on the front. This differs from the regular run. As you saw in the Marine Corps operator, it's got the curved trigger. So that's pretty awesome. So the 10-8 parts. You have a 10-8 performance rear sight at 0.325 height and a low mount dovetail at 0.140 U notch. My camera, I don't really have the angle to capture that, guys, but you can see a little bit. It's got a U-shaped notch here. All right, serrations on the back as well. That's made by 10-8. Moving on, we've got the customized grips. These are laser logo grips. And for this particular one, it was available in Ranger Green or Coyote Brown and G10. I'm pretty sure that this particular release is in 2009. Now they had different types of grips for 2007, 2008, so on and so forth. And this color was available in 2009. It's got an extended mag catch, or the mag release button. And if you can look, I'm trying to get an angle here, but it's actually curved a little bit, right? It's at an angle. It's not just flat like it would come on the standard operator. See how that's just flat across, right? This one here is curved. And I don't know why, but that's just a really natural feeling mat catch. That is a 10/8 performance part. It also has a performance slide stop. And this one here actually has the HRT cut on this side, which is where it's flat against the frame. I have seen pictures of these guns where it's not flat. So I don't know if this was for this particular year or if they changed it for a certain year and kept it that way on, but this one is flat, right? And it has a lead share, okay? That is for your 10/8 models. As far as the mag weld, just like I was saying before, or just like Hilton was saying before, the mag welds for the Pro and the 10/8 model are done exactly the same. You can see just nice and smooth there. But for the 10/8 models, they add a lanyard loop on it. Now, again, this one has a internal lanyard loop on it. You can see it's built inside of your mainspring housing. That's pretty nice. But I've also seen them where they protrude out, so you have a full mag weld and then what looks like a welded lanyard loop that comes out. And then you have the black coat armory finish. So, I mean, aesthetically, this gun is beautiful, in my opinion. It feels phenomenal in the hand. This here, the color on the front sight, right? I don't think that is standard. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's not. 'Cause when I first got the gun, there was a little bit on this side. I just scratched off with my fingernail. It's probably something that the previous owner added, but that's on there. As you can see, there's, on this particular gun, you've got a idiot scratch here and also a scratch that goes above the slide. I knew about that when I bought it and I didn't give a shit. There was one guy, I posted this gun on Facebook, and you know, the first thing that he says is, "Nice idiot scratch," with the face palm emoji. Well, first and foremost, you can go fuck yourself. Second of all, nobody cares about scratches on guns. If you care about your scratches on your gun, then, I mean, you're in the wrong business. It should be worn out. It should be used for the tool that it is, and not for just to look at. This is Armory coat. When it wears exceptionally nice. But yeah. So that's what we're working with here. If you look at the back, right, see how smooth that is, right? The rear of your extractor here, all the way down, super nice. You can tell there's some extra effort that was put in matching this slide and frame than what there is a stock model. Okay, look at the back of the operator. That protrudes out significantly. I will say that it's nice and matched here, but Springfield is known for, at least at a minimum, matching their slide to the frame. With that, I'm gonna break this gun down to show some of the internals, and again, shows how it differs from a production model. I'm gonna compare it to the MC operator, and I'll be right back. All right, before I get into these, I'm gonna talk about my Pro that I once had. I foolishly let it go, but I did manage to get pictures of a lot of the internals prior to selling it. And if you look here, you can see that there are serialized numbers on the bushing, the barrel link, the slide stop, the slide itself, the frame. This is an indication of a firearm that had parts fit to it, directly to it. All the parts match the serial number on the frame, or the parts that I listed anyways. There are some parts that aren't serialized, and there are some mem parts on there. However, it's an indicator that this firearm went through the custom shop. Now, look in front of you. All those same parts that I just mentioned, this is on the Marine Corps operator. You can see there's nothing on there. This is just a standard bushing that they put on, and as long as it works, it's good to go. Same thing for the barrel. This is the original barrel, not the suppressed one you saw earlier. But you can see there's no type of serialized number, anything like that. Still a great barrel. Slide stop, you can actually tell is MIM. You see that line that's running through, and also on the side here, right? That is not something that was made out of bar stock. This is a MIM part, drop-in part. Looking at the slide though, just like I said before, the slide is at a minimum matched by Springfield. You can look here, that serial number 201 matches the serial that's on there, right? They at least took the time to make sure that this slide would work with this frame. Now, keep in mind what was serialized on the Pro that I showed earlier, and let's look at the 10/8 operator. Hilton claims that the hand matching allows for a good slide to frame fit, short of using oversized parts that are machine and hand fit like the Professional. Right? He is talking about how there's more parts on the Professional that are oversized and hand fit versus this, and I find that statement to be true. If we look, starting off, remember the barrel on the Pro is serialized. On this one it wasn't, because it's just a drop-in one to make sure that it fits. But if you look at this on the Pro, serialized 361, same thing as the frame here. This is an indicator that more time was put into this barrel to ensure that it was fit. All right, remember on the Pro though, even this link was serialized. On this one it's not though. Okay, again, just like he said, some of the smaller parts were not customized like they were on the Pro. But this barrel fits in here nice and snug to ensure that the lugs are nice and tight up here, right? When it comes to accuracy, if your lugs are fit to your slide, that decreases the chance that this is going to move within the slide. Same thing for your bushing. If your bushing is fit to your actual barrel, right, it's going to minimize the chance that your barrel is bouncing around in there, which is going to make more accurate gun. Remember, the bushing on the Pro is serialized. This one is not. You can tell, right? It's a little bit of a tighter fit than this here, but it's not like the Pro where it takes an incredible amount of pressure, sometimes even the wrench to turn it on the barrel, because it is customized to it, right? And this part here on the end is a little bit thicker than here. So when it's sitting up here on the Professional, right, it's extremely tight. This one's not, okay? However, if you look at the slide stop, remember, like I said before, this is an HRT cut, right? But also look at that, serialized, right? This is fit to this frame, and when I insert this, it is a lot more snug, especially with that link in also. It's a lot more snug to get in there when you first start it and when you take it out, compared to the operator. All right. If you look at the disconnector too, the disconnectors are different. And I don't know if that's just a styling thing or an upgrade for this, but if you look, you can see that they're slightly different. Right. As far as the rest of the frames, I couldn't really tell anything different, and he doesn't list anything different except for the mag catch that I mentioned earlier and the screws. But your hammer is Springfield. Your thumb safeties are Springfield. Everything else in that matter, it's the same. This is a magwell that I put on. There's no matching at all, so it's really rough. The operator doesn't come with a magwell. But again, this one is nice and fitted. Okay. So this would be the semi-custom. You've got some stuff that are customized, some stuff that's not, right? So there's that. Here's the original case for it. Right, it's the old style cases. Pretty cool to have. But one thing that was in here that I didn't notice before, I remember earlier I was saying I think it was a 2009 run. Well, I just got confirmation of that because it came with this printout. If you look at the date here, right, March 20th of 2009. So the gun that I have is definitely a 2009 run. But yeah, it comes with this printout from 10/8. It's probably something that they printed out and just sent out with all their guns. Weapons handling protocol. It is the definitive 1911 user guide by Hilton Yam. So there you go, right? Pretty cool. I have this original piece with the firearm. Also, a lot of times, you know, stuff like this is going to get lost in translation when it moves from owner to owner, but this one is still kicking with it. So I think that is pretty freaking neat. All right, got them both put back together. Another test that I like to do, well, not really a test, but another thing I like to do is to check on the fitment of a gun. And yes, it's very rudimentary, but it is to just give the gun a good shake. It's kind of difficult to translate how something feels, but sound is something that everybody can relate to. So we pick up the operator first, right? Yes, this light is nice and tight. There's no type of trickery going on here. But, you know, I like to just give it a good grip, make sure the grip safety is down, and then just give it a good shake. All right, you can hear that rattle. And what that is the fitment of the slide to the frame and the barrel within the slide as well. Okay, now let's go over to the 10/8 here. Again, it's just nice and tight. Same thing, grip safety's down, give it a good shake. Right, you're not hearing that same level of rattle that has. Nice and tight. Right, clear indicator that there was some more fitment that went into this firearm. So overall, I think this gun is amazing. It's definitely one that I'm lucky to have. I'm lucky to find. Like I said before, there's only 108 of them, so I feel pretty fortunate to have stumbled across one and able to get a good deal on it. If you happen to see one in the wild, I suggest picking it up. Not only is it a rare gun, but it's a great shooter. Unfortunately, I don't have any footage of shooting it, but again, 10/8 operator, Hilton Yam, great firearm. That's all I got for you today. Happy holidays, and I'll catch you later.